What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to CM Aviation. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. And today we have the July 2025 Pensacola International Airport update for you all. I hope all of you are excited for today's video. I'll try to keep the wind at my back here so we're able to have an effective update here. But nevertheless, we do have some exciting developments and some cool changes and so forth. So hope all of you are excited for this today. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Starting with the Delta Bombardier CRJ900 for Endeavor, coming in from New York LaGuardia, on Saturdays and Sundays. So yeah, still going strong. Definitely want to maximize its usage here, as this will be going, I think it's just Saturdays only, or maybe not even existent starting in September. So definitely want to capitalize on that, but still a very cool service. And we're certainly fortunate to have a link to the Big Apple. So that's definitely a really cool flight there, to say the least. Never can get enough for Delta Airlines Boeing 757s. This is one of the smallest airports in the United States that the Delta 757 operates to. This aircraft is currently coming in from the Atlanta Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport, and where I think this is once daily this month or twice. So that's definitely a really good capacity there for Delta, and they continue to get a bunch of volume in here. I think these hold maybe 210 or so. I'm not sure if it's 210, 225. I think it's at least 200. So yeah, definitely a large aircraft for a big responsibility. So certainly happy to get the feature here today. And once again, this is definitely a good looking aircraft right here. So very happy with our service over to the Atlanta airport. Let's go ahead and get a different perspective here on our low cost carriers, the competitors Spirit and Frontier. Frontier's Airbus A321neo currently is going to be, oh man, how did I forget that shark's name? I haven't seen, or no, it's the dolphin. I'm sorry, I haven't seen that in a while. Let me see if I can see it. Izzy the Orca, that's what it is, Izzy the Orca. This aircraft's currently making a flight today going out to Denver, where that's Monday, Fridays, and Saturdays. And then I think it's going to remain just twice weekly. So that's certainly, once again, I know I talked about in the last update, but just kind of odd considering that was, man, I want to say there was a January or maybe a March where it was a daily service. So certainly quite the change there, but we will continue to move forward and continue to evaluate all of our options. So that's what we have here on Frontier's Airbus A321neo today. Spirit's also been pretty inconsistent with Dallas. That's where this aircraft's going to be going today. It came in from Fort Lauderdale. So Fort Lauderdale and Orlando continued their consistency. However, Dallas, on the other hand, just a complete roller coaster. I think Houston's going to start too, so eager to see what that's about. But it just seems like Spirit tries to capture just a temporary demand, and then that immediately goes out the window. So it's certainly interesting to watch their strategy, but we'll continue to take it one step at a time and see what happens as we continue to move forward. Southwest 737-700 coming in today from Chicago's Midway, and now it's going to be making the flight out to Denver International Airport. Great to get the variety and certainly some awesome capacity. This is the better lit side. So yeah, happy to get to feature this here today, and certainly a very good looking aircraft at the very least. This gate's a little tough. I apologize. American Airlines 319 heading out to Dallas-Fort Worth today. I need to see what exactly is going on, but it's quite the variety of services. So yeah, pretty interesting to watch for sure, but it's certainly been fun and quite the situation here with the Dallas mainline, the 319s, 737s, all the different aircraft types. So definitely been interesting. We'll continue to keep our eye on it. I'll take a look here in a moment to see what's going on. So that'll certainly be fascinating for sure. And then the 737 sent out to Charlotte today. Lighting's a little harsh, I apologize, but that's what happens when you're out here in the summer. And this is a summer update, so we're gonna make it as realistic to the summer as we can, right? Anyway, good looking aircraft. Glad to get to feature it here today. And NG's release of this about 2.5 years ago, really proving powerful for the model airport. So certainly glad to have it. I need to get the logos in here at some point. This is the American A319. This aircraft's coming in from Philadelphia International Airport. This continues to be a staple. So certainly awesome to get the feature here today, and certainly yet another awesome piece of the puzzle. So that's absolutely awesome. Very nice. And I apologize, everybody. There's a couple of distractions going on, including a huge trailer that's pulling into the driveway that I was uninformed about. So that's going to get your attention by default. We'll see if I'm able to finish this update without any major interruptions. I get the United Airlines mainline aircraft. Cool to get the all mainline at long last. I mean, Houston has a couple of regionals a day. Otherwise, we have all mainline, so that's impressive. That's what the 320 is going to be doing. We're going to have an up gauge here, which is not uncommon. There's been up gauges fairly often. And then the A319 is coming in from Chicago. So certainly a nice balance and variety of services. And yeah, it's been fun to watch the variety here. So looking quite nice here. You got some old and new liveries in here today. So yeah, they're kind of the last carrier right now. I mean, American Southwest finished their repainting processes. American did years ago and Southwest did just last year technically, if you want to say that, but we'll be generous and say 2023 is really when they started to file out those Canyon Blues. So yeah, United's getting closer, so more and more Evos coming up shortly, but we can't complain with that. All right, Breeze Airways A220-300 coming in from Tampa, looking very nice. Now heading out to Raleigh-Durham, so looking really good. We got our new flights to Northwest Arkansas and Memphis starting next this September, so very excited about that. About said next month. We're close, but we're not quite there yet. I have no idea when it's coming out either, so don't want to be too deceiving. Delta Airlines 717-200. I'm not forgetting Detroit today. Very happy to feature it Mondays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So definitely a very strategic element here from Delta to get those frequencies in there. Pretty Allegiant-like, but hey, Allegiant's been successful, so Delta can definitely take some notes. Contour Embraer 145 coming in from Muscle Shoals, Alabama. I think it's Muscle Shoals. I think Muscle Shoals is probably the correct way to say it. I don't know, but anyway, still cool to get the feature here and definitely happy with the output from Contour and their efforts here at the airport. Southwest 737 MAX 8 coming in from Houston Hobby, and now it's going to be heading up to Nashville. Just had to have some of our normal routes in there because they are essential and pretty vital, so why not get them in here? American Embraer 175. Making the flight today coming in from, let's see, Miami, and now it's heading out to Washington National. And then I need to get the other one out because I'm actually in a spot where I can get it to have our flight to Chicago O'Hare. So there it is right there. So you'll see that aircraft coming up here in just a moment. Just kind of navigating the scope here and moving some aircraft around. There we go. United Airlines Boeing 737-800 coming in from Denver. Very impressive. And I think this goes to an 18 on Saturdays until from August. I think it's September, and then October is when mainline will return daily. So pretty interesting. A little suspension there. Not exactly sure what the purpose is there, but we'll navigate it. American Embraer 175. This is Envoy coming in from Chicago O'Hare on Saturdays. So cool to at least have this still. They're still in there a little bit, but it'll be interesting to see what happens next. Got the Silver ATR 42 currently coming in from Fort Lauderdale. Now it's heading out to Orlando. I'm sorry, Tampa. Now it's heading out to Orlando. So it's certainly great to see that going strong right here. I love that. And then you got the F-22 Raptor just doing some local flights around the area as well. So good variety there. Let's pan over to our UPS A300, which is coming in from Louisville. Now it's heading out to Albany, Georgia. One of the most consistent pieces of the airport for sure. Seems like the rest of it can change on a dime, but that's good. We need change, right? And you got the great assortment of general aviation. The Piper Cherokee is doing a local flight around the area. The Cessna Caravan is going out to Tallahassee and came in earlier from Gainesville. The NetJets Challenger 600 is currently making a flight today out to Austin and came in earlier from Santa Fe, New Mexico. And the Learjet 75 is coming in from, let's see, Houston Hobby, and now it's going to be making a flight today over to just a short flight to Gulf Shores there real quick. And then we have the helicopter, which is also hanging out in the proximity. So yeah, I really hope all of you enjoyed this update. I apologize about the cones and the marshalers flying off. You can hear some wind in the background of today's video, and that's a direct byproduct of that. So I'll try to set them back up until they blow off again. But the good news is that this is just for a few updates here, as I really needed an opportunity to, I needed an opportunity to record all these updates and be able to get them navigated. So yeah, we'll be back inside at some point, but we have a little bit of wind here, but fortunately it's still looking good all over here. We got our update complete to this point. So I really hope all of you enjoyed this update. Thank you all so much for watching. Take it easy, everybody. Stay safe. Just process. Do you love and love you do. My name's CM Aviation. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon as CM Aviation is signing off.